Welcome to Fab and Weird channel. We need food to live, but did you know most of what you eat is poison, that every mouthful floods your veins with toxins, brings you ever closer to death? Your burger is cancer fertilizer. Your cake is diabetes stimulus. And even if you eat a healthy diet, you are still submerged in toxic people who, via cruelty and casual disregard, incite cellular degeneration. There's no escape from the poison. Eggs should be good for you, right? Packed with protein and vitamin D, often used in salads. A breakfast staple for decades and, no, they're poison. A recent study found that, eggs are about as bad for you as smoking in terms of heart disease, increasing carotid wall thickness by nearly as much as someone who smokes regularly. It makes sense since a single egg yolk has 200 milligrams of cholesterol and the daily limit is 300 milligrams, and I mean, who only has one egg at breakfast? Fish can't be bad for you. It has fish oil, low-fat, omega-3 fatty acids, and the American Heart Association recommends eating 2 fish per week, so you should definitely. No, it is poison. Farm-raised fish, fattened on grain diets, have high amounts of omega-6, a pro-inflammatory fatty acid. Tilapia and catfish fed on soy and corn pellets can actually have higher fat content than donuts, hamburgers, and bacon. And larger fish like marlin contain so much mercury, they're dangerous for pregnant women and children to eat, due to the potential for developmental disorders. Even regular people can develop memory problems, tremors, vision trouble, etc. How could cheese be bad, when it provides for strong bones and teeth, facilitates pregnancy, tastes good, and is just all around poison? It will flood your insides with death. Contrary to popular belief, calcium isn't as great at preventing bone fractures as previously thought, and in fact, countries with the lowest rates of dairy consumption also have the lowest rates of osteoporosis. Cheese, and dairy in general, with its saturated fat content and high calories, even a thin slice usually has 100 calories, is linked to obesity, heart disease, irritable bowel syndrome, and even prostate cancer. On the back of the rice bag, a little info box says, brown rice lowers my risk of heart disease, and certain cancers. It's the most basic food for practically the whole world. And it's poison, because of pesticides in the soil. Rice contains huge quantities of inorganic arsenic, especially brown rice, because the residues concentrate in the outer shell of the grain. Arsenic is what the Borgias used to poison enemies. It's used to kill bugs and rats. Maybe red meat's protein really does help build muscle, fortify tissues. No, it's deadly lethal fatal poison. In a 20-year study of 110,000 adults, eating a bit of meat every day increased the chances of death during the study by 13%. An extra serving of meat like a hot dog, or a couple slices of bacon, increased it by 20%. Previous studies have associated red meat consumption with heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Well, it's a relief to know there's a reliable healthy alternative to all these toxic processed foods. Turns out all those Whole Foods shoppers really do know better, will live longer happier lives with their families and... Just kidding. It's poison. Organic food, because it's grown with manure, is 8 times more likely to make you sick, with Escherichia coli than regular, inorganic food. It's also more likely to contain salmonella, carcinogenic toxins, produced by fungi and other bacteria. Yes, it is poison. Tap water contains fluoride, which has been shown to damage soft tissues, for example the brain, kidneys, endocrine system, as well as teeth and bones. It also contains chlorine, which in some studies has been shown to cause breast cancer in women. So it's all poison. You are drowning in a toxic soup, choking the life out of you from the moment you're born, to the moment you prematurely die of colon cancer. The air is full of smog, the water full of fertilizer runoff, and the food saturated with toxic chemicals. Don't forget to subscribe, to know fabulous and weird thing around the world.